Hello everybody, it's about that time. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Today's beer comes from Bligh's, Dry Dock Brewing. This is their Bligh's Barleywine Ale. And guys, this is a 2013 edition. I did this one back in, this was sent to me by my brother Nate. And he sent me a couple of these bottles, and I did one fresh when I first got it, and he put a note on this one. It's still there. It says for your cellar, and I have cellared it, and now it's 2019, so I think we've cellared it long enough. What's that, 6 years? Yeah, 6 years. I've had this in the fridge downstairs. I originally done this beer on May the 30th of 2014, guys, and I was pretty impressed. That was beer review 1392, and now we're up in over 3,000 or 30. We're up over 3,300. So about doubled the beer since I've done this one. So I figured I'd go ahead and bring this one out and give it a whirl and see what it is. And Nate, I hope you're doing well, my friend. I haven't heard from you in a while, so I hope you're well. Let's get on with this one and see how well this one has cellared. Guys, this is a 10.5%er, and they are, I guess, are still doing this because it looks like the Beer Advocate has it listed, and they don't go by different year numbers like Untapped does. They have it at 10%, where this one says 10.5% on the label here. Untapped has it listed by the years, and they have the 2013 listed as 10.5%. We don't have the IBUs on this one. Only thing it says, you know, it's a retired beer since it's that old, and they're still producing new batches. He says the release day on this was February the 23rd of 2014. So Nate sent me that one, and I had reviewed it in May, so it was pretty damn fresh for a 10.5% barley wine, aged in barrels. Let's see how well it's done, guys. I don't think we need to talk about anything else. We've got the year, we've got the ABV, and we don't have the IBUs, which is not critical for this style of beer. So, and I do like that their full cap on here is not like Avery's, and it comes off in one piece. You ain't got to pick it off in little bitty pieces like they glue their shit on, tighter than Dick's hat band. So, nice little hiss, a little bit of smoke. So into the glass, this is a 22-ounce bomber, guys. So let's go down the center and see what we got here. It looks like a barley wine coming out. It's got that dark brown color. And I'm going straight down the center, guys, and it's not doing much as far as producing a head. Alright. We got us a nice glass full there. About a quarter finger of head on that aggressive pour. And it is definitely a filtered beer. I can see the light right through the thin part of the glass down here. Pretty opaque up on the bigger part here. I'm not seeing, maybe just a little bit around the edges, but that wide of a glass on here is preventing the light from coming through. But I can see right through this part down here. It is a nice brown reddish mahogany color. So let's get it to the nose and see how well it has cellared. I'm getting the malt, hint of some of the whiskey from the barrel aging. It's a little subdued, but it's cold out of the fridge. It might get more intense as it warms up. Caramel, toffee. Smells very nice. Not too much alcohol on the nose for 10.5%. Smells very pleasant. well, let's dive in and see what we got here, guys. See how, I keep saying this, see how well it's cellared. I mean, 6-year-old beer. I don't know when in the year that they do it. This says it was released in February when they did the 2013. So we are in February today. It's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. By the time you see this, though, it's going to be a week later probably. I'm about a week ahead. So let's taste it. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Nate. It's very smooth. I am getting slight notes of the whiskey. It's not overpowering though. Oh wow, that's so delicious. That's nicely done. For 10.5%, that is a smooth drinking beer. Wow, wow, wow. Like I said here, and just keep chugging on this thing. I had some of my subscribers. If he takes 3 drinks, he really likes it before he goes off camera. That's a tasty beer. That is very nice. Well, let me sip on it for a little while and pour her a glass, and we'll come back and see where it ends up. It's an impressive beer, guys. I was impressed with it back then, and I'm just as impressed now with twice as many beer reviews done since I did this. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sitting on it about 45 minutes or so. Very tasty. I think the whiskey notes are a little subdued now, more so than they were when this beer was fresh. But it's a little smoother. Maybe it's combined and got a little more complex, but it's still very tasty beer. I still think it's an A beer. So let's do the final chug on this one. Very nice aroma for 10.5%. It drinks like an 8%, guys. Everything is kind of balanced. Nothing is standing out more than the other. The whiskey is subdued, but it's there. The malt is there. Caramel toffee is there. So very pleasant to drink. Final chug. Very nice. Very pleasant. Very easy drinking for 10.5%. Guys, I still think it's a 9 out of 10. Not quite as impressed as I was the first time around, but I've quite a few more beers under the bridge now that I'd had when I did this the first time in 2013. I'm not quite going to give it the grade that I did before. I think it's more in the middle of the A category, around 95, and that's where I want to put it. I was a little more impressed with it but when I did it back in 2014, when it was a little fresher. But it's a little smoother, I will say that. 95 for me, guys. Let's jump over to Beer Advocate. They say 4.36. That's also in their A category also. And over to Untapped for our final check-in. They have it at 4.28, also in their A category. So it's unanimous. It's an A beer all around. Not quite to the 10. Not as impressed as I was when I first had it. I think the whiskey notes were a little more prevalent. And it stood out a little bit more, but like I said, I think it's a little smoother to drink now. Everything seems to be a little balanced. Everything is pretty even kilt on this now that it's aged in the bottle this long. So still an A beer, a very tasty beer. And I think, like I said earlier, they're still producing this beer. So if you see it, pick it up. You can get it. This beer is not available here, so once again, Nate, thanks for sending me the 2 that you did. I did one fresh, and now here it is in 2019. We're doing it again, and it's still an impressive beer, a little smoother, not quite as prominent on the notes of the whiskey. So, if you've had it, guys, especially the 2013 edition, let me know what you think, and until we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.